So, letter B, record keeping. So, first bullet, workplace monitoring results should be collected in standardized way. So, standardized collection of workplace monitoring results ensures consistency and reliability in data gathering, allowing for accurate comparison and analysis across different contexts or time periods. Second bullet, employers should keep records of monitoring exposure for a specified period determined by competent authority. Maintaining records of monitoring exposure for a specific duration as determined by the competent authority serves as a crucial reference for assessing long-term effects and compliance with regulatory standards. Third bullet, records enable assessment of any potential relations between later issues and exposure. Here, we can keep in records facilities the examination of any potential correlations between later health issues and past exposures, aiding in the identification of occupational hazards and the implementation of preventive measures. Fourth bullet, records should be kept for several decades in cases of exposure to silica, coal, asbestos, or carcinogenic substance. Long-term retention of records spanning several decades is essential for tracking the effects of exposure to hazardous substances like silica, coal, asbestos, or carcinogens, which may have delayed health implications. Fifth bullet, competent authorities should make arrangements to preserve the records in an archive even if the enterprise closes down. So, on this one, inclusion of relevant data by the competent authority, such as details, product information, manufacturer details, and method of use, enhances the comprehensive utility of monitoring records, enabling through analysis and informed decision making. Sixth bullet, recording should be relevant data like site details, product, manufacturer, method of use, and availability or wearing or protective clothing equipment. Comprehensive record should be encompasses essential details like site specifics, product identification, manufacturer information, usage methods, and the availability and utilization of protective clothing and equipment, ensuring through documentation of potential exposure scenarios. Last bullet for record keeping, workers, their representatives, and the competent authority should have access to the monitoring records, particularly in the case of chemicals. So, accessing to monitoring records by their representatives and competent authorities is crucial, particularly concerning chemicals, as it promotes transparency, empowers stakeholders to advocate for safety measures, and facilitates collaborative efforts to address occupational health concerns. So, we're gonna go to the next bullet, surveillance of workers' health, a general framework. First bullet, surveillance of workers' health involves medical examinations. Surveillance of workers' health involves conducting through medical examinations to assess their physical well-being and identify any potential health concerns. Second bullet, purpose is to ensure compatibility between health and job assignment. The primary objective of this surveillance is to ensure that employees are fit for their specific job assignment, aligning their health status with demands of their role. Third bullet, examinations help identify conditions that may make workers more susceptible to hazardous effects. These Examinations are crucial for pinpointing any underlying conditions that could render workers vulnerable to the harmful effects of occupational health hazards. Fourth bullet, main aim is to prevent work-related injuries and diseases. Ultimately, the overarching goal of health service is to prevent work-related injuries and diseases by addressing potential health risks early on. So, on fifth bullet, consultations with worker or representative is necessary. It's imperative to involve workers or their representatives in the process, fostering open communication and ensuring their concerns are addressed. Sixth bullet, examinations should be free and ideally occur during working hours. To facilitate accessibility and participation, medical examination should be provided free of charge and ideally schedules during working hours to minimize disruption. Last bullet, factors to consider in organizing health surveillance include through investigations of work-related factors, natures of occupational hazards and risks, health requirements of working population, relevant laws of regulations, available resources, awareness of workers and employers, and recognitions that surveillance is not a substitute for monitoring and control of the working environment. Letter B, and last slide, medical examinations, health assessment, and biological tests. First bullet, workers exposed to occupational hazards should have medical examination. It's imperative to ensure the safety and well-being of workers by mandating medical examinations for those exposed to occupational hazard. These measures aims to detect any potential health issues early on, allowing for prompt intervention and mitigation of risk in the workplace. Last bullet for me, for my report, medical screening helps identify occupational hazards and diseases. Medical screening plays a role in identifying occupational hazards and diseases among workers. By conducting regular screening, employers can proactively assess employers' health status, detect any emerging health concerns related to their work environment, and implement appropriate preventive measures to safeguard their well-being. That's all po.